Okay, got a request yesterday for a demo on a particular saxophone. This one happens to be one of the most famous saxophones around, of course, the Selmer MK VI. This is a low A Bari, which is the most desired one, of course. Look at the engraving. So this was bought new in Paris at the Selmer factory by Snooky Flowers when he was on tour with Janis Joplin. And some people over today, and I said, I was telling them about that, and they go, "Who's Janis Joplin?" I go, "No, not the Who, Janis Joplin." Two different bands. So anyhow, but engraved all the way down to the bottom bow. So what I'm thinking is, I don't know if they did this especially for him, but normally 90% of the Euro models I've seen have absolutely no engraving on them. All the Mark VIIs and the later S80s and such that come from Paris for that market are not engraved. So this is not the American engraving. It'll look completely different, but it's actually quite nice. You can see the pads are in pretty good shape. Quite a few have been replaced, at least a half a dozen or so, especially the top ones that go bad and the bottom ones that go bad first. The only time they get water is when you put it down on your lap, between the, on your 16 measures of counting measures, the water rolls up the U-tube up to those top pads, and those have been replaced. So, as we say, it's not the prettiest girl at the dance, but she can sure dance. I mean, it's still got a marvelous sound. As typical on the Baris, can feel a little roughness on the side here, and on the very bottom, they always get whacked. A friend was his roommate on the road. Actually, his license plate says Janis on it. He bought it at the studio where Janis recorded. Anyhow, and he said the guy just, played the Jesus, and it was quite a character, actually. African-American guy that was just blowing sax all over the world with this thing. So, and played the bejesus out of it. So, there it is. Again, the original lacquer, which, of course, he luckily never relacquered it, but, and it's still not too bad, Not the prettiest one I've ever seen, but I've seen far worse. I've got a low B flat model. That's an ex-school model. That's quite a bit worse than this cosmetically. Serial number 162 and change. And I think, I can't remember what that is, but I think it's late 60s or something like that. So typical, the neck's nice and round. I mean, I did quite a bit of work on it. And somebody at one time it had to pull down. Somebody put a little patch right where a little crack usually happens right at the seam at the bottom, and did a pretty nice job of it. But it is nice and round, and so functional, not pretty again. But it looks like it's been apart a couple times, put back together, but still cooking. So it's still like whispering right down to that low A. And plays very nicely too. So who needs a goddamn, high F sharp key? It just kills me. And it just pops. So can't see it, but the side B flat, it just pops right out and nicely in tune. I'm sorry. Too early in the morning for me. So, but anyhow, it's all there, cooking, beautiful engraving on it. Even around the logo and such. and pretty straight. You know, again, it's had some work on it, but somebody's done a nice job of straightening it out. I mean, he said he was walking up the stairs using this as a cane in the later days. So I think he's gone for about 3 years now, maybe a little more. So it's been sitting most of that time. It's got to clean off a couple of the tone holes and stuff. So I got a nice big bark down there. Yeah. So anyhow, number 162, Mark VI. You know, that's all you have to say is Mark VI. You know it's the greatest thing in the world. So we're going to do a little tune here just for fun. Anyhow, you kind of got to get the idea. But you can go, my test is from C to A with just the, without even using the B flat key. So no pinky at all. And the C sharp's not an adjustment. Anyhow, I'll fix that. So pretty cool, man. I mean, this will last 4 more generations. It's just going to be around and around, as long as nobody runs it over or anything. And even then, I've seen people fix them. So I'm trying to keep it short, but anyhow, there it is. Mark VI, low A Bari, number 162 and change. I'll put the whole number on the title here so you can see it. And again, seeing a couple battles, but it's ready to go back out there again and hit the road. Pretty engraving. Never seen that much engraving on a Euro model. So anyhow, there we go. Gotta go.